Hello and welcome. We are just kickstarting the show here as we reach the top of the hour and open up today's session to all of you. You can see here on your screen, you've reached the informational webinar on the upcoming program here at Northwestern Kellogg Executive Education. This program is entitled Leading with Behavioral Science, Creating Breakthrough Customer Experiences. Never been a better time than now to be thinking about data, thinking about behavioral sciences, thinking about customer experiences as we chart new courses here in the landscape of digital marketing. So much in store here in this program, and we very much look forward to telling you all about it. Here on this webinar, we're going to be learning two key areas today. We're going to be touching on this program content. So what are you going to be learning in this program? What's in that curriculum? What are those learning objectives that you're going to be able to take away from the program? Secondly here, how is the learning delivered? So what is the experience like? What is that day-to-day feeling like being a participant here in the program? So we're going to give you insights there on both of those key areas as we make our way through the agenda today. So now I have the great honor and privilege of introducing today's keynote speaker and subject matter expert, star of the show here, Rich Elliott. He is a program leader here at Northwestern Kellogg Executive Education. Rich, would you like to jump in and say hello?
Hey, thanks for calling in, everyone. It's bright and early in Scottsdale, Arizona today. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited about the course, and I'm going to be one of your program leaders. What that means for you is throughout this course, your graded assignments, your discussion boards, all of that, I'll be part of your learning journey, hopefully contributing along the way. I'm passionate about the topic. I do this for my day job, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Thanks so much, Rich. As you can see here, Northwestern Kellogg really prides itself on excellent teaching, excellent faculty, and excellent advisors. And that's what we hope to highlight here today. Rich is here with us. He's a program leader. He's going to tell you all about what that means here later on in the session. So we'll dive into some of those details a bit further. But as you're thinking about this community that you're joining and this teaching team, this vibrant team here at the helm of your learning, we wanted to help give you that insight into the pedagogical mission of Northwestern Kellogg Executive Education, which really prides itself on helping to make world-class learning available and accessible all across the globe. So you can see Kellogg's MBA program is consistently ranked #1 in marketing by US News World and Report. And you're going to be learning here in this program from the same faculty in the MBA program there at Northwestern Kellogg. So as you think about the curriculum here, as you think about the learning experience, some of the areas that you can expect here, firstly, this program was designed around real-world application. So never before have you been able to fully immerse yourself in learning in the way that you can here in this online space, really breaking down those barriers of access in space and time, right? In a traditional classroom, you've got so many seats in the room, you've got a certain set of minutes to get through a certain set of content. Here in the online space, we're able to give you that content in a fluid way that allows you to immerse yourself in the learning and apply your learning as you go. We're going to show you that here later on in the session as well, but really helping you to make that real world application of your learning every single step of the way, bringing your learning into your organization, into your professional life, and into a place of action. This program ends in a capstone project, really allowing you again to have that tangible takeaway, that real world application, a capstone that you can apply again and again as you move forward. There's a wide range of case studies allowing you to take a multi-lens perspective approach as you examine different organizations and industries across the globe, how they have touched on these themes and what their learnings and findings are. That's going to help us to develop our own frameworks and methodologies. World-class faculty and thought leadership. You're going to experience some of that here on today's session as we hear from some of that thought leadership to help us learn more about this topic. But you're going to experience a world-class educational experience here in this program. So we're so excited that you're here with us. Thank you again for joining. This topic in customer science is truly a relevant topic, as mentioned. Exceptional customer service is the norm and the expectation, and it can really set an organization apart, increase its brand loyalty, and drive long-term success. So by learning how customers think and behave, you're going to be better, sort of situated to have your finger on the pulse there as you design interactions and meaningful and productive experiences for your clients and customers. So this program is going to allow you to make those connections behind what we know about behavioral science and being able to map out user journeys and customer journeys. So this program is going to give you that unique curriculum, really helping you to prepare to use these insights to bring them into a place of action and to reach beyond traditional marketing strategies to really maximize your customer value at every stage in that customer decision journey. As you think about your own profession as well, so this program is going to give you a lot of insights that you're going to be able to apply to your work. But if you zoom out just a bit further and you think about your own career advancement, if you're here to springboard into some career advancement opportunities, a big focus of the teaching and learning here in this program is designed to help you to do just that. So we're thinking about career advancement, we're thinking about career preparation throughout our time in the program as well. And some of those stats on job placement, customer experience, the relevancy of the job market are listed right down here on the slide. You'll see 74% of consumers are at least somewhat likely to buy based on experiences alone. So it's a really high percentage. 65% of all customers say that a positive experience with a brand is more influential than great advertising, and 67% is the customer experience that drives more than 2/3 of customer loyalty, greater than brand and price combined. So this is truly a high needs skill and something that's going to really help you to advance a strategic approach within your organization. So this program in particular is designed for anyone really helping to give you that understanding of a strategic approach to what motivates customers and how you can apply that to your organization and to your clients and customers. So you're going to gain that knowledge set and those tools that really help you to transform the customer experience, improve it, and build loyalty for what you're offering. So if you're a mid to senior level executive, this program was really designed here for you. If you're overseeing customer teams, if you're a consultant, a business leader, this program is going to help you to make that transformational change within your organization. But really, anyone who's touching on any point in the customer journey is going to benefit from learning more about behavioral sciences and how it plays a role. So this gives you that broad level of who this course is designed for. But of course, this is why you're here, to determine the answer to this question: is this course right for me? So once again, I'm going to encourage you to introduce yourself in the chat, put those questions in the Q&A. We're joined by program advisors who can really help you detail out whether or not this program is what you're looking for. They're here to really provide that mentorship and that advice, as well as that information about the program itself. So let us know what's on your mind there in the Q&A box. And we're going to give you lots of information here shortly about the learning experience. So stay tuned for more. But we have arrived at that time in the session where I have the great honor and privilege of handing over to the teaching team. We have here with us again, Rich Elliott, who's going to tell us all about this program, his colleagues here, and the design of the curriculum. So Rich, thanks again for being here. Over to you for the next portion of our agenda.
Marie, you can tell that you've done this a couple times. Thank you. I'm excited to be here. What I'd like to say, we're talking about customer journeys here. I think of you here on this call as our clients, and this time is yours. Marie, do you mind going to the next slide? Since have any of you been exposed to Professor Chernev at all? Think about his books. He's some great content on YouTube. You can look at his lectures and things like that. What I'll tell you for you students that have or have not been exposed to Professor thus far, you can read a very impressive academic resume here, which is what you'd expect from Kellogg, the #1 marketing school for MBAs. What I love about this course is not the academic credentials of Professor Chernev, but the best parts of this class are the tactical and the tangible insights rather than the theoretical. He gets his hands dirty. He gives the theory and the science as a foundation, but the discussions are in the real world, real brands and real campaigns. We'll go to the next slide. But that's what I'm excited about is what you take away to your job today, not in a research paper, white paper kind of standpoint, but exactly how your lives are made better today. Even if you're not carrying a marketing title, these behavioral science, these heuristics and biases, you'll notice them in your own life outside of the professional world. So we'll go to the program overview. If we're successful after these 6 weeks, what we hope to do is arm you with the tools to upgrade your customer experience at every step. The way we'll do this is by doing what every successful company in any kind of top of the funnel demand organization looks like. We want to put ourselves in the shoes of our customers. And that's easy to say, but it's very hard to do, because as my friends on the sales side like to say, buyers are liars. And they're not that people are dishonest, but when people give you answers about the way they think about things, what they prioritize, how they will act, people are not as rational as they think they are. There emerges a huge delta between stated preference and actual actions. That's, for me, my favorite part of this course is the cognitive science, the behavioral economics behind all of these things, because the surveys, the data, what the responses do not ring true in the actions. So we're trying to put yourselves in the shoes of your customers in what they'll actually do, not just what they're going to say. You'll understand the concepts and strategies to permit an intentional approach to the entire customer journey from their own perspective. I hope that sounds like a good use of 6 weeks. And here's a little more journey on the steps we'll be discussing. Here's all the areas where we can be adding or taking away utility to potential clients in their journey. What I like about this slide and this mindset from my sinful past as a SaaS seller is the final step, loyalty. We all want not just that first customer interaction, but growing, repeat, loyal, happy customers. And this course is the path to get there. Now that we've broken down the customer journey and how we hope to improve it, here's a summary of the curriculum learning path that we'll take to do so. You can see that we start with the customer science, the building block of the course, and work all the way up to managing and improving customer loyalty. We'll walk through these modules one by one in the next few slides to give you a taste of what is to come. But I wanted to give you a holistic view here. Here we see the foundation of the course, the idea of customer science. I love this topic. My background, sadly, I did not go to Kellogg. I went to its competitive school down the road, Chicago Booth. But when I got my MBA, by far the most interesting and useful part of the study was the cognition behavioral economics portion, which is the foundation of this course. We'll define customer science in this first module, and we'll begin to explore the applications to optimizing the customer journey and customer loyalty. Have any of you read books like Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman, Misbehaving by Richard Thaler, Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss, Nudge? There we go. Nudge is a good one. People over-rotate on nudging, I think, but I do like the book. None of the others? That's fine. These are the books that explore and define what we mentioned at the start, the rationality gap. That people, if you ask people how rational they are, people overestimate to an incredible degree how many of their decisions are made by heuristics and biases in their unconscious mind, and their rational mind comes afterwards justifying what they did. I think Professor Chernow says the example he uses in the course is a lot of people think that their rational brain occupies the Oval Office, whereas it's not true. It occupies the press office, just explaining what the Oval Office did unconsciously. So this is what we focus on in this module, and explore how those decisions are actually made and how we get to that information. If we're only to trust what customers say about how they say they're going to act, principally rational, that's a great one as well, Leonardo. Look at this. You guys are into this stuff. I love it. And this is what Professor Chernow explores here. If your clients cannot accurately tell you how they will think and act themselves, how can we predict it? This is how we dive into that customer science that will inform the rest of the course. So if we started to better grasp in the last module what customers actually value, which is often very distinct from what they say they value, here's where we can begin to address it. We put reference points and attributes in the customer experience that will increase customer value on 3 key levels: functional level, a monetary level, and a psychological level. We'll have activities that will test your knowledge, and there'll be the case study as well that you'll get feedback on from program leaders, such as it's either me or another colleague of mine, and we'll be part of the course. We'll go to module 4. I love this module. I'll give you a pop quiz. When I sold at IBM, when I sold at Salesforce, I had the same biggest competitor. Can any of you guess who that competitor was? It's your biggest competitor as well. It's the status quo. That it's not, when I was at IBM, it wasn't Salesforce, it wasn't Informatica. When I was at Salesforce, it wasn't Microsoft, it wasn't HubSpot. It was doing nothing. Netflix. Wellington, no, that's a kind of different way of approaching it, but I think I like it. Your biggest competitor is no decision, and there are reasons for that. And Professor Chernoff jumps into the status quo bias and the prospect theory about the losses looming larger than gains. You can use that to your advantage as you're starting a sales cycle, but to close a sales cycle, that risk that you have communicated, that fear, uncertainty, and doubt that you may have created a little bit in your client to entertain the idea of switching, it can then work against you as you get to the end of the sales cycle and you're trying to bring the deal to a close. So we will explore that bias and what we can do about it. We will look at how we can layer our experience to remove the fear of the new and unknown and try and stack the odds for us over that default option. So like a road trip, customer journeys have waypoints, they have milestones. I can say confidently as a seller, customer journeys are not all sunshine and rainbows. There are difficult moments, there are hard conversations, there's things you have to overcome. What we'll explore in this module is how to handle those challenges, not just in the moment, although that is important, but we'll look at the cognitive science behind how customers will remember and experience the journey going forward. So when they'll look back. Have any of you heard of the peak end rule? So that's a heuristic. It's a way of cognitive science to define how you will look back at an experience, whether that's a trip, whether that's a buying experience, whether that is anything. You look at the peak moment and the end, and that's how you'll recall that as you look back in the future. So if we can maximize those in our favor, when clients are looking back at their buying experience with you as they're considering another purchase or anything else, we'll look at the ways to make that reflect most favorably, so you can hopefully have a happy customer that'll keep coming back because it's such a good customer experience. So we'll aim to clear those successfully, but that will make you memorable in the right way, because we've all had the bad customer experience that we know that we'll never do again, like Comcast for me. So we mentioned in module 4 that inertia, that status quo bias, and how hard it is to overcome, how sticky it is. Now that we've ideally landed a new customer, in this final module, we're going to look about how we can bolster and strengthen the status as the default option for that client going forward. How we can keep them coming back, not just for what they bought from you initially, but maybe companion products, cross-sell, upsell, other parts of your platform, or services that could really improve your bottom line. As a SaaS seller, this is a very powerful module for me and one of my favorites. Oh man, I love this. What would a presentation be without a NASCAR slide? I wouldn't know what to do without it. These are a few names that'll be referenced in the course, though Professor Chernoff is very, very good at harvesting top of mind examples for all of his lectures. There's a few names that you'll recognize here, and I think that Kellogg would lose some sort of accreditation if an MBA class does not mention Southwest Airlines in a class, but it's just a subset. I want to underline here that this course is very real, tangible, and not theoretical. Our goal, my goal, is to give you things that you can take away to your day-to-day immediately, even if you're not wearing a marketing title, if you're not wearing a demand gen title. There are things you can take away, especially on the cognitive side, that will apply not just to your professional, but your personal life. The psychology, the behavioral economics, the heuristics, biases, and cognition. I geek out on this stuff. Nudge, all those books I mentioned. I think there's some things that everyone should have at least surface level knowledge of to recognize how their own brain works. All right, Marie, I think we're over to you.
Sounds great. I do have some questions for you, Rich. So I hope you're staying on the line with us till the end of the show. Are you going to be here with us later on?
I'll be here you got me all day.
All right, let's go. So let's talk about the learning experience. And Rich, I know you're an integral part of this as a program leader, so I'm going to pull you back in here in just a moment. And I know you're staying for questions as well. So one of the questions I have is related to sort of the professional education levels of the cohort, and sort of what we're centering on in terms of previous work experience that might be required. So that's one of the things that comes to mind. I know a lot of folks are here to learn more about this program, how it's designed, and if it's the right fit for them. So we're going to get to some of that detail here in just a minute, so stay with us. But as we think about the learning experience, we want to help set the stage here for you as well. We talked a little bit earlier in the session about some of the ways that we're extending beyond the reach of what's possible in a traditional classroom by developing a curriculum that's fully immersive, where you learn as you go. We call the pedagogical approach bite-sized learning. And what that looks like is at the top of each week here in the course, we're going to release a set of content. And that content is described, much of what you see here on your screen. There's going to be on-demand videos that you can watch around a schedule that works for you as many times as you need to. These are 5 to 7 minute brief video clips that really describe some of the core concepts for that week. And then you step away from those on-demand videos and you take part in a variety of these activities here, simulations, role play exercises, quizzes, knowledge checks, discussion boards with your peers, really aimed at helping you to take your learning from those videos there and bring them into a place of action, discuss them, examine them, practice using these tools and frameworks, and really see how they apply in real world context. So that bite-sized learning pedagogical approach gives you that fully immersive experience. You're going to learn a new concept, roll up your sleeves, action it again, talk about it with your peers, develop that full broadened scope of understanding, and then watch the next set of videos and do the same. So at the top of each week, that content is released. You've got 7 days to make your way through that content. Most of that is asynchronous, allowing you to design a schedule that works for you, that allows you to also continue working full-time, family responsibilities, other areas of your life. So this gives you that full flexibility and convenience of designing a schedule that works for you as you make your way through that 7 days of content in cadence with your peers, but around a schedule that works for you. We do have live components here as well. You'll see there are live webinars, weekly office hours, a chance for you to turn on your audio, your visual, engage in real-time discussion, highly interactive program here. Those are all recorded, much like today's webinar, and made available in a simulated fashion in the platform the next day and beyond. So if you do have to miss a live session, you're going to have an opportunity to have that simulated experience, gain that understanding that you may have missed. Of course, we encourage you to come live. That's a truly huge opportunity for you to customize your learning. These office hours held by program leaders are a chance for you to come in, let us know what's on your mind, and really participate in a reciprocal learning environment. Reach out, let us know what you need. If you discover a niche area of interest and you want to get more resources, come to office hours. Let your program leader know. Your program leader is giving you an individualized learning experience. They're giving you feedback on your assignments. They're on the discussion boards with you and your peers, helping to push your thinking and drive engagement in the program. They're hosting office hours, really giving you a place to go to get your questions answered, and a huge and integral part of every step of your learning. If you think about the relationships here in the program that we've described so far, I'm a visual person. I like to think of it like concentric circles of teaching and learning that are taking place. You've got yourself at the center. You have your goals, your organizational goals that you're really driving in. You have your sort of professional goals here in the program. You've got your peers a layer beyond you who you're learning together with and from. They represent all different regions of the globe, all different industry area background, different years of work experience. So you're going to get that broadened lens. You're going to see how these themes apply to your work, your geography, your industry. You're going to see how they apply in other areas as well through that peer-to-peer learning and engagement. You have your program leaders like Rich, sort of in that next layer there at the helm of that day-to-day experience, guiding the whole and ushering the whole. And then of course you have your course faculty here who's coming in, touching into the program, who's designed this program for you. And then this broader ecosystem here at Northwestern Kellogg Executive Education is really setting forth that mission for a transformational learning experience. So all of that to say 2 words, if you want to take away, what is the learning experience like in this program? Convenient and interactive. High level of convenience, designing your own schedule, mobile access. You can access all of the videos and content from your smartphone or tablet. You have access to this program as well for an entire year. So we're going to start with week 0. That's a whole week for you to get to know the platform, get to know the course, get to know one another. Then you've got that intensive week module walkthrough here as you and your peers are going through this cadence. And then you've got access now to the program for an entire year beyond that as you continue to apply these themes. All of this housed together by a 24/7 program support team in every step throughout your journey here in the program. So a lot in store here for you as you think about that high level of support, that customized learning journey, and really bringing your learning into a place of action. Rich, I know I've said a lot here about program leaders, but you are a program leader. We'd love to hear sort of your perspective on the role and sort of, what it is that you hope for students here in the program.
Yeah, thank you. And the program, actually, if you go back to the last slide really quickly, I can talk, I'll be on, we do the blocking and tackling for you. We're here with the office hours, feedback and assignments. We monitor the discussion boards. What these courses give you an opportunity to do is connect with unbelievable faculty in a very private manner. Like you're able, these courses, you're going to be on Professor Chernev, and I've been running Emeritus courses for years, and these professors love nothing more than students that care and come with great questions. And that's an opportunity for you to come to the live sessions with the faculty, to the office hours with me and your fellow learners, and get what amounts to like a whiteboarding, brainstorming, consulting session with people from all over the world, different industries. And the students that really turn into the skid and get engaged get so much out of things like that. It's so exciting to me when I see that kind of engagement. And frankly, the professors are even more excited about it. But that's my coaching to you, prospective students, is there is such an opportunity here. If you buy in, do the work, and come with good questions to office hours, to live sessions with faculty, you will yield such a great return, because that's what you're our clients. That's what gets us excited, gets us engaged, is when you are showing the improvement in your daily work, when you're bringing things, real world challenges. Like that's what this is for. Kellogg is an unbelievable academic school, but these programs are meant to improve your day-to-day job performance, and we love doing that. I'll step down off my soapbox now. Marie, is there any other detail I can provide on office hours or PLs? Would be helpful right here.
I think that's great, Rich. Really that relationship building opportunity. That's the one thing I think folks might think, in an online space, I might miss that opportunity to build relationships, but really here in the program, we've designed it to be interactive. You're going to get to know Rich more in the program. You're going to get to know your peers. You're going to get to know your faculty. And many folks, and I don't know if you've had this experience too, Rich, or not, but many folks will connect after the program and using outside, social networks and so forth to continue networking with their peers well beyond the scope of the program as well.
That is 100%. That's 100% true, and that's a best practice. I think when I start my office hours, I ask, put in the chat where you're from, what you do, and your LinkedIn profile. So and get everyone connected in that way, and that's where if practice beyond the assignments of the course, whether it is a idea session, whether it's, hey, can you look at this presentation, get another set of eyes on this. That is where the people that get the most out of this are the ones that engage in that way. And it's really exciting.
Yeah, I would agree with that too. We talk about what we call a reciprocal learning environment. The other phrasing that I sometimes use to describe our programs is, you're the driver of your own learning experience in many ways. And that's true here in the program. So you're driving your schedule, you're designing your own sort of schedule of learning, your goals, how they apply to your organization. A lot of what you're doing, you're driving. And a big part of the enhancement that you'll have in the program is showing up to office hours, engaging in discussion, and really being a sort of a high level engagement or engager here in the program. And that's really where you're going to get the most return. So immediately upon entering this program, You're going to broaden out your professional network, gain peers and colleagues from across the globe. You're going to dive into the details here. You're going to continue to strengthen that professional network while you learn these methodologies, tools. And I see your question here. Does the course include methodologies and metrics? Absolutely. So in addition to the frameworks that sort of scaffold these methodologies, you're also going to be learning about how to evaluate your work. And that's going to be a big part of what your program leader does with you, as well as they provide those evaluative criteria on your assignments in your capstone project. But certainly, as mentioned, you're going to gain that learning. You're going to gain that opportunity to broaden your professional network. And then also another sort of third big return on your investment here is a chance to earn a credential here from Northwestern Kellogg Executive Education. And as mentioned before, if you're looking to springboard into career advancement opportunities, certainly having a credential here that formalizes your training in this area of leading with behavioral science, creating breakthrough customer experiences. This is going to help boost your efforts and really showcase your learning and expertise here. So another big return on your investment, really a chance to formalize your training and earn a certified credential here from Northwestern Kellogg. Our last and final slide of the day. And we want to encourage you one last time, get connected there with an advisor. If you open your chat box, you're going to find a link there in your chat. It'll take you right over to the course website. On the course website, that's what you see here on your screen. This is kind of a screen grab of the course website, what it looks like. You'll see that yellow apply now button. If you click on that button, you'll have an opportunity to download the course brochure. It gives you everything we talked about here today and more. It's a beautifully designed overview that really gives you that in-depth knowledge of what you can expect in the program. You'll also be able to schedule a one-on-one appointment with an advisor right there on the website. We use an app called Calendly. You may have heard of it, where you simply just select the time that works for you. So you'll be able to self-select and schedule a one-on-one advising session with an advisor to help walk you through, again, logistical details, payment, registration, enrollment, dates, times, and course policy information. So right there on that course website, you can download the brochure, get connected with an advisor, start that application if you'd like. The link there to the course website is in your chat box. And we also have there for you an email address. If you prefer to communicate with us by email, you'll see that listed there is kellogg@emeritus.org. So certainly let us know by email if you need an advisor. We'll plug you in that way as well. Rich, I'd love your quick insights here on the level of professional experience that you would recommend for folks joining this program. So if you're just starting out, are you going to get what you need in this program? If you have maybe sort of that mid to senior level executive experience, are you still going to gain some insights here? What is your thoughts on this sort of work experience recommendation for this program?
I'm biased here because I read books about this in my spare time and I think it's fun. So I don't know if you're like first year employee would get a ton out of this, but because you're finding where the bathroom is, but if you're more than a year in seat, you can find things that will be applicable today. You get access to the course for a year and you can build kind of what I would call like a backlog of skills and disciplines to focus on and to continue working it into your daily motions in your career. I think that if beyond brand new employee, there's going to be things you take away at every level that will improve your efficacy at your job. Is that what you're looking for, Marie?
Absolutely. It's sort of that lifelong learning narrative, isn't it? Sort of, whether you're just starting out, whether you've got that executive experience, like this is going to really help to sharpen your toolkit, give you those skills to bring to your organization.
If you're in, and I also think that with all of these courses, everyone, like you saw me deal with a 2-year-old walk into this office. Everyone's busy. Everyone has a job. Everyone has kids. You're not going to be able to incorporate this entire course day one into what you're doing. But if you build like a backlog of things that you're going to focus on and you tackle it one at a time and keep adding those arrows to your quiver, then you're going to look back in 6 months or 3 years and say, oh my gosh, look at this progress that I've made. And that's applicable to any employee that carries any customer interaction responsibility as part of their job.
Absolutely. And here at a Kellogg Executive Education, there is a whole suite of online certificates that each are, sort of at that 4 to 6 hours per week. So as you're thinking about what Rich is describing, investing time in lifelong learning, investing time in skills building, investing time in yourself, in your professional growth, many of those sort of business application courses here at Kellogg are designed to help you to do just that, while also keeping in step with your professional and family responsibilities. At 4 to 6 hours a week that you can design around a schedule that works for you. We can make it happen one bite at a time. Rich, any final words of wisdom, advice you'd like to leave us with as we close out our session here today? I'm going to stop sharing the screen so we can see you in full view here. Any final words of advice to folks looking to dive in here?
This course is exciting. This course is really cool. But what I think one of the most interesting parts about it is the one-on-one time that I know 2 or 3 students on this webinar will get with Professor Chernev, because they're going to be the ones that come with questions, with real day-to-day tangible use cases, things they can ask about, get feedback, consulting from a world-leading expert, because they're the ones willing to sign up and do the work. And I don't know who those students are going to be, but I'm really excited for them, because that's super exciting. This is an opportunity that is, I think, pretty unique. And I hope you take advantage of it.
Absolutely. I would agree with that as well. And thank you, Rich, for being here. Thank you for sharing your insights so generously with us here today. And to all of you from around the globe, thank you as well for joining. Thanks again for joining. We sign off now with a heartfelt good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good day to all of you from around the globe. We hope to see you again very soon. Goodbye.